All right, guys, let's talk about solving two-step equations today. I'm going to give you my twist on this, okay? So um, we got an example here already written out. 8 equals negative 5y plus 23. I like to think of equations as having two sides, and the equal sign is kind of like the fence. So I don't do this every time, but just for the point of what I'm trying to explain right here, let's think of this equal sign providing a fence throughout our equation to create a left side and a right side. What a lot of people get wrong with equations is they think that it's got a left side and a right side and a middle, right? So equations don't really have a middle. It's either a right side or a left side. There can be one or more things on the left side, and there could be one or more things on the other side, right? So let's think of this equal sign as being a fence. So let's take a look at our equation here, and our whole objective to solving an equation is to get the variable by itself. So in this case, we have one variable, and it's the y. We want to get that y by itself. That's kind of the objective. So let's mathematically start doing what we need to do to get this variable term, negative 5y, by itself, and then eventually get the variable term by itself, and then we'll have our equation solved for, basically. So let's start with more or less combining like terms, okay? So if we notice we got this constant term and this constant term, they're on opposite sides of the equation, okay? They're on opposite sides of the equal sign. We need to get these two like terms combined, but they have to be on the same side of the equation together before they can get combined. So let's mathematically get rid of adding 23 on this right side of the equation by coming in here and subtracting 23. Okay, that's called the inverse operation right there. So adding 23 cancels out with subtracting 23. It just undoes it from this side. But the rule of the equation says if we whatever we do to one side of the equation, we have to do the same thing to the other side of the equation. So since we subtracted 23 from the right side, we have to come over here and subtract 23 as well. And that creates a calculation that puts those like terms together so that we can combine them. So let's go ahead and do that calculation. So this calculation is going to be positive 8 minus 23, which gives us the number negative 15. So we still have our equal sign. And on the left side now, we have negative 15. Okay, this is gone on the right side, and we just carry down. And so it's best to solve equations working down. And we still have this negative 5y on the right side. Okay, well, let's keep going. So we kind of still imagine having this fence here. Okay, let's keep going here. So we got the variable term by itself. Now we need to get the variable by itself. So this connection right here, this y is attached to the negative 5 by multiplying, right? So we need to undo, right? We need to mathematically undo multiplying by negative 5. So we're going to come in here and do the inverse of multiplying by negative 5. We're going to come in and divide that term or that side by negative 5. Okay, so multiplying by negative 5 cancels out with dividing by negative 5. That cancels those out, and it leaves us with y by itself on the right side, and that's what we want. But remember, if we divide this side by negative 5, we have to come in over here to that side, the left side of the equation, and divide it by negative 5 as well, and that creates a calculation over here. So we keep working down. Okay, so we finally got y by itself, and on the left side we've got negative 15 divided by negative 5, and that comes out to be 3. And there we go. So we got the equation solved for. We figured out that 3 equals y. Or it would be the same thing if we just switched sides with that and we called it y equals 3. Those two answers are exactly the same. So we just solved that equation. Let's try another one. Let's try one that has a variable term that's built into a fraction this time. Okay, same thing. Let's think of our fence here. Okay, let's scan through here and let's find our variable term. Here's our variable term. We want to get the variable term by itself first, and then we will go get the variable by itself. Okay, so we've got two constants here. These guys need to get together so we can combine them, but they have to get on the same side of the equation. So I'm going to undo this side of the equation over here having one constant, right? We're positive one constants over here, so I'm going to come in and subtract one constant, and that's going to cancel those out, right? Having $1 and you spend $1 undoes it, right? But if we spend $1 over here on this left side, we also have to spend $1 over here on the right side, and that creates a calculation. So let's work down. We still got our equal sign, and we still have t over -4 on the left side. On the right side here, we've got a calculation though. So we've got -6 already started over here, right? And then we came in and subtracted 1, so that's going to give us a -7 constants. Okay, we got our variable term by itself, right? And we want to keep working towards getting the variable t by itself. T is attached to a -4 by division. That fraction means divide. So if we want to undo dividing by -4, the opposite of that is to multiply by -4. So I'm going to come in over here on this side, and I'm going to multiply this side by -4. And that's going to cancel both of those out, right? Dividing by -4 cancels out with multiplying by -4, and that gets us our t by itself, which is what we want. We still got our equal sign. But if we multiply that side by -4, we have to multiply this side by -4. And that creates a calculation over there that we have to do. So we have to take -7 times -4, and that's going to give us a positive 28. And there we go. So t needs to equal positive 28 to make this equation work out. And with both of these equations we just solved, we could go substitute our answers back in and check our solutions. That's the great thing about solving equations, is we can actually check our answers. So there you go, solving two-step equations, thinking of the equal sign as being a fence. We have a left side and we have a right side. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Hope that helps.